What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I am back with another review of The Bachelor. Woo! This episode, there were a lot of changes, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So we actually opened the episode up with Matt. He's talking about his feelings, with Sarah leaving, and I'm like, all right, y'all still only knew each other for like 2 weeks, but I'm gonna let y'all rock with this. So we go to the ladies at home, and MJ is talking about how relationships are hard, and if she's gonna bow out this soon, then it wasn't meant for Sarah. And Victoria, she's still trash talking, and Katie is fed up. She's tired of it. She's tired of Victoria always having something to say. One thing that I noticed of all the things in this scene is Victoria's sty is here and out and proud. So we get to the second group date, and right after they do like a toast, MJ is wasting no time. She pulls Matt aside, and she just wants to check in and see how he's feeling about the process and all this stuff. And she's not the only lady who did that. There were a few other ladies that decided to check in and see how he's doing in this journey that they're all on. I will say, Mari, she had on a really cute blue dress. It was so cute on her. And I also thought it was really cute when Piper and Matt were taking selfies on the Polaroid camera. It was really cute. So of all the little mini dates or chats, I guess you could say, because it's not exactly a mini date, it's more so they're talking to him for like 5 minutes. Chelsea, she ends up opening up and showing Matt some photos of herself when she had longer hair, and she just opened up to him about how she used to like chemically straighten her hair, and she had been doing it since she was 2 years old, and how she was never comfortable when she was younger because she was always surrounded by white people, so she wasn't comfortable wearing her natural hair. And unfortunately, that is something that a lot of Black women have had to go through, because for some reason, our hair has always been an issue to society. Like the hair that grows out of our scalp has always seemed to be an issue. So once she shaved her head, though, Chelsea said that it was a very freeing moment, and they ended up sharing a kiss. And of course, after that, she got the rose that night. So, we also see a little clip of Victoria. She's confronting Katie about how she wanted Katie to apologize, because Victoria feels like she should be able to say whatever she wants to say and talk crap about whoever she wants to talk crap about. And Katie is not budging. She's not apologizing. And I think that at that point, Victoria wanted to go run and tell Matt the same way she did to Mary Lynn. But yeah, that was just that short little clip there. So we finally get to the rose ceremony, or at least the night of the rose ceremony. And, we see Matt, he's talking to Piper. And first of all, their conversation leading up to that kiss, it was cool or whatever. They're talking about their families and how they have strong women in their families. I have no idea how that led to a kiss. Like, at this point, I just feel like Matt kisses these women just because. You had him talking to Kit. She swears there's all this chemistry. I'm like, okay, girl, whatever. He meets a few of the other ladies, and while he's talking to Victoria, he gets pulled away by Chris, right? So Chris pulls him away. They walk outside. They walk out the front doors, and we are bringing in new ladies. So the girls on the inside, though, they think that it's Sarah trying to make a comeback, but nope. There are, I think it's 5 or 6 new ladies. So we first meet Brittany. She goes straight for a kiss. When she actually walks in, though, Victoria's already giving this girl a hard time, as we knew she would. Mari, she was pissed because she's one of the women who's barely gotten a chance to speak to Matt. We next meet Michelle. She's a teacher. She's really pretty. We meet a woman named Ryan. I think there was someone named Kim. The Asian girl who came in, her name was Kim, and then Catalina, who happened to be a pageant queen. For some reason, when they got into the house, out of nowhere, the pageant queen and Victoria are having or I don't even say a conversation. They're having words. And Victoria, like, takes the crown off her head because, she considers herself to be the queen. I'm like, all right, we're still running with this storyline. So, after these ladies arrive, Matt, he goes back and talks to Victoria. And one thing that I noticed is that he has given, like, every woman a kiss. And I mean, all the mouth is attached. But he did not give little Miss Sty a kiss. He just gave her a little hug. I was like, yeah, he's trying to stay away from them germs over there. So we see that Anna, she recognizes Brittany because they're from the same city. And she feels like this girl isn't here for Matt from jump. I don't even think she spoke to her, but she already has these feelings about this girl. So we now have Matt. He's talking to all the new girls, and that put all the other girls at a disadvantage. So ladies like Kayla and Mari, of course they are upset. It's time for the rose ceremony, and I believe he kept 4 of the new girls, and he got rid of one by the name of Kim, and I was so sad to see Kayla go, but I feel like he really didn't put any effort or time into her. Like, he wasn't feeling her. But I liked Kayla. She seemed like a really sweet girl. And I see how frustrated she was just with the situation, because every time there was a chance for her to talk to Matt, some foolishness would happen. So it was Kayla, Kim, and I can't even remember her name, but the girl who came in lingerie. She went home as well. So we go on to the next day, and Matt is having a conversation with Ben Higgins. Now, again, I never watched The Bachelor, but I guess he was some bachelor before. He's a nice looking guy, though. So we have the first group date, and it is an obstacle course. Of course, there's going to be a solo winner, and that person is going to get the solo date with Matt. And Mari ends up winning. And I mean, baby girl, she was definitely putting in that work during that obstacle course. Maggie, she never even got started because her pumpkin never made it across the water. So we finally see Anna, and she gets her one-on-one time with Matt. This is her first time talking to this man since they first got there. So they're having this conversation. Honestly, I couldn't pay attention to anything because I just realized that she uses her entire mouth to pronounce words, and I just can't look at her. Like, it gets on my nerves. So Brittany, she actually tries to interrupt them, and Anna's like, just give me like 5 minutes. Girl, listen, Brittany showed back up in like 30 seconds later, and I'm like, yeah, at that point, I probably would have been like, do you not see me talking to him? Like, just because the one thing that's so annoying is that Matt never says anything whenever someone is interrupting someone else. And honestly, for me, that's quite aggravating. Like, if you know that you just sat down and talked to somebody, why is it okay for someone else to steal you away? Why doesn't Matt ever say, oh, you know what? I am having a conversation with Anna right now, but after I'll talk to her, I'll come get you. That is one thing that I do not like about this show. Like, I hate the fact that there are women who just get to bogart their way in, and Matt just sits there and just does nothing. Like, I'm sorry. If a man does that, that's not the type of man that I want. So, after all this, Anna just gives up and she lets Brittany, take over and talk to Matt. But then she goes outside and she talks to Victoria, and she basically lets Victoria know that there are rumors around Chicago that Brittany is an escort. So you already know Victoria is eating that up. We learned that back at the house, Michelle, she actually got the one-on-one date. And I mean, I like Michelle. I think she's a really pretty woman. And further down, when they do have the date, I can see why he's interested in her. So, um, you know, we go back to the date that Matt's having, and his girl Bree is on there, and of course, Bree gets the rose. Y'all already know I'm rooting for her because I think she's so pretty, and I like her energy. Now after this, Matt, he says goodnight to the ladies, and this is when Anna decides she wants to confront Brittany about people sending her messages about how Brittany, is some type of escort. So now Brittany feels some type of way. And I honestly feel like this is definitely going to come back and bite Anna in her ass, and she deserves it just because she handled this situation so wrong. I'm like, if anything, you could have kept that information in your back pocket for a little bit longer. Why did you confront her in front of all these other women? Like, she was just being messy and petty and thought she was doing something. Honestly, I feel like Victoria has rubbed off on her, or this is just her true self. So, now after this date, this rumor has spread around the house. Because the women who were all sitting there, they probably talked to the other ladies about like, oh, so I heard that Brittany is supposed to be an escort. You know what I mean? So we're not about to worry about that right now. Let's talk about Michelle and this one-on-one date that she had. Chris actually planned it out, and I mean, like, they had like this fun little scavenger hunt where they went zip lining, and they had to do this thing where they had to pop balloons and ask each other questions, and like, they were just vibing. Like, they looked like they were already a couple. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, both of their energies together, they just matched so well. And like, once they got on like that hot air balloon and like he wrapped his arms around her, I'm like, okay, just set the wedding date already. Like, they look super cute and like comfortable with each other. So when they actually got to dinner though, this is where I really thought that I was like, okay, Michelle, she's that girl, because she is a teacher, and, as we know, we are going through a pandemic, and she opens up about how she has to, talk to her students about everything that's happening right now that we're living through. She talks to her students about handling the pandemic and how she has to teach them virtually and all these things, as well as handling the George Floyd situation. And I love that she opened up about that, because honestly, she could have just said, all the things that are happening in the pandemic, but she made sure to mention George Floyd's name and, made sure to be like, listen, Black Lives Matter is a thing. That's what we stand for. And me being a teacher, I know that I have to lead by example and talk to my students about probably why Black issues matter in America, and police brutality against Black people is not acceptable. So I absolutely have respect for Michelle. I think she has such a good vibe about her, and of course she ended up getting the rose, because I feel like Matt felt like, wow, like, this woman is very educated. This woman, she has her life together. And I think that they probably agree on a lot of the same things. So after all that, we have Brittany. She's talking to Ryan and Katie about the escort situation. And like, clearly it's affecting her, because who wants to go on national television, and regardless if it's true or not, it's her personal business. Like, the thing about the whole escort thing is, if it's not true, and she said that it is not true, she has already denied it. So you basically put out into the world that this girl, she is an escort and she's dating wealthy older men for money. Like, if a person stopped watching the episode right after that incident happened, they would just think that about that girl. You know what I mean? So I completely understand. Like, nobody wants to be embarrassed on national TV. So after all this, one thing I will say that I noticed is that Katie is definitely a peacemaker, and I think that Katie definitely, tries to keep an eye out for everyone, and she's trying to be neutral in this entire situation, considering there are the OGs, as they like to call themselves, and the new girls. She just wants everyone to get along, considering they spend more time with each other than they ever do with Matt. So, yeah, that's a whole thing right there. So, after that, we get a second group date. And this group date, it was so that the ladies had to, like, box each other. Like, they had to, like, do some boxing and fight. And we had Katie, she won against Yesenia, but we already know that Katie was taking all her anger out about Victoria on Yesenia for sure. But also, I don't think that was a good matchup. I feel like Serena P should have been matched up with Yesenia, and Katie and Lauren should have been matched up together, because I feel like their statures matched up a bit better. Serena C, she won against Kit. I mean, and now that I think about it, even Serena C against Kit is a bit weird, because, yeah, some of these matchups that they gave these ladies were definitely not a fair fight. Piper, she beat Rachel, and Lauren, oh my gosh, she beat Serena P. And Serena P is one of my favorites. But she definitely got hit in the nose. So after that, the fights got cut short. And I'm like, honestly, this should have never been a challenge for these ladies. Like, I'm on a show so that I can win a man's heart and we can fall in love. Why am I having a boxing match with the other ladies who are here for the same reason? Like, I don't need to physically get hurt just to prove that I like this man. That was a terrible challenge. I'm sorry, it was. So I did like the fact that Matt came over to Serena, just to check on her. And because baby girl, I mean, she took the hit to the nose pretty bad. I mean, she didn't bleed or anything, but she definitely had to put some ice on it. But I did like that he did care enough to check on her. So after that, they have that little after party that they do. And he, Matt, he goes, he talks to like a few of the ladies, I believe. And at this point, while Matt is talking to the other ladies, the other women, they're just sitting around talking about how, again, they're the OGs. They're kind of dissing the new ladies, and Katie is over it. Katie is fed up about it. The one thing I will say about this is that I'm like, Katie, the same way that you feel like all the ladies are living in the house together and that, we should all be kumbaya, the fact that you went and told Matt now that there are some things happening in the house, the ladies are not going to like you. So I feel like I get where she's coming from, but at the end of the day, I wish that she would just put most of her energy into Matt and not worry about how these ladies are not getting along, because at the end of the day, women will be catty, especially with these type of personalities of the cast that we have this season. So, like I said, she literally went up to Matt. I mean, it looks like he was talking to producers. And she's like, hey, can I borrow you real quick? Because there are some things happening in the house. There's some bullying happening. And that's pretty much where the episode ends. I think that Katie, she just might get the rose at the end of the night from that group date, because she did tell him about this, which I kind of wish that Serena P would have gotten the rose, just because, again, she took the hit to the face. But, I feel like she's definitely going to stick around. But for next week, it looks like it is going to be interesting because some ladies will definitely be on that chopping block because of their mouths. So it looks like Victoria may be going, Anna may be going, and maybe MJ. I did not expect MJ, but hey, maybe she might be leaving as well. Thank you guys for watching this review. And I think that was pretty much it. So go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.